Oh, hello everybody. Sorry, I was in the wrong link. I was having a whole conversation myself in a different chat, which is hilarious. But when I went live in like a completely different room, and I was like, wait a minute, there's no one here. Um,
I
so yeah, we're live now.
heard that part.
Did you hear me talk? Where was I?
The part where you told me, the part where you told me to just, well, where you were saying that you were in a different chat. Just a quick one. Am I sending the link to watch or the link to register? I'm on system and the email is ready.
It has to be register. We can't do a watch link because otherwise it doesn't send the email. So it has to be a register, unfortunately.
Cool. Got it. It's going.
Cool. I also wanted to type in a WhatsApp message, but that's going to be too late. But I will do it for next week. We should actually have WhatsApp. Hey guys, life and lunch and learn. But anyway, Kapana, we're going to use this as we might not get a full attendance today, but that's totally okay because it's not about the attendance. It's about us being consistent. Eh?
Yes, it is. Yes, it
It's
is.
about us being
It's the
consistent.
principle of the matter, Ngaki.
It is the principle of the matter, and the principle of matter is that we said we were going to do it, we're going to do it. So this week we completely forgot to tell people that Lunch and Learn was happening, and so our registrations are going to be
Oh my
min, but
gosh.
that's fine. We usually have
But you know
like
what makes sense? You know what makes sense? So I'm about to post our vlog, and it's a vlog over 2 weeks because our vlog over the past 2 weeks looks exactly the same. So the only difference is Nyaki actually went somewhere yesterday. You went to go speak at the debate yesterday. At least that makes that interesting. So send me that video. But literally, it just says, guys, our life from the outside looks extremely boring because we
so
just wake up and get in front of our laptops, and it's been go season for us. Today is a very big day for us. If you're watching a recording, you would know this from a historical perspective. But for those who are here with us live, we are starting on a very big campaign that we've been working on for months. We've been planning it for months. Um, and on the outside, I made the analogy of on the outside, it looks like the whole duck analogy, where the duck on the top looks completely calm, but underneath they're paddling like crazy. And from the outside, it looks like we're just sitting and we get on our laptop all day, come back, get the kids, sit at the laptop all day, Nyaki on the laptop all day. Husband comes home, gives him a kiss, gets back on the laptop for the rest of the night, wakes up in the morning, gets back on the laptop. It's literally been the same cycle for like forever. Um, and it's been so silly, but it's all worth it. It's all very, very, very worth it. Everybody's had fast fingers. Everybody has had fast clicking mouses. So my part of the work a lot of the times is writing. The work is literally clicking. Like all day. You're probably gonna get carpal tunnel from like the amount of time you spend on your mouse. Um, but yeah, the whole team right now is on go so that we can press publish. I think if we could have pressed publish by 1 p.m., we would have given everybody else the day off. I'm pretty sure. If we were live
yeah.
right now,
But hi
I feel
Michelle,
like we're gonna
yes,
be
we
like,
can
guys, go
in the
home.
chat. So Kapano, please let me into Lunch and Learn. Oh, let me in. Come in. You need to register. I'm sorry, people are asking on the chat here, and I don't know how to. Here we go. Oh, you know what happened? So this is the week
What?
where we said we're going to be at. Are we going to do it in community or are we going to do it on webinar? And now we're supposed to be.
In community. It's gonna be next
Yeah,
week. It's gonna be next
it's
week.
going to be next
Because today's the
week.
day that everybody actually gets into the community for the first time. That's why we're just like,
Yes,
if
yes,
we had actually just published, if we had published, everybody would go home. I don't need earphones.
yes. So we
So hold
apologize, guys.
on.
Everybody's joining. I can see people trickling in as they go in.
But we're
Wait.
excited to have you guys in the room. We are
We
excited to have
are.
you
If
guys in
you're
the
a first time
room.
visitor, long time lurker, let us know what kind of business you have. If we don't already know. If we do know, let us know anyway, because your customer could potentially be in the room.
Show off.
Um,
Show off that you know
and
how
then
to do
also, if
this.
you're
Show
doing
off.
a done track, I'm seeing Michelle, I'm seeing Dumiso, I'm seeing Simi, tomorrow, I think. Also, let us know how that's going. Are you getting it done? Are you putting yourself out there? Is it challenging? It obviously is, because content and all of this stuff is challenging. We absolutely love the response from GID. Get it done.
My lunch,
And
Nyaki. Where's your lunch? Where's your
I had
lunch,
my
guys? Let us know. Mine
seen as a
looks
long
like
time
you.
low. I had my lunch. I
Okay,
had
cool.
samp and stew.
Oh, send some for my daughter. She loves Samp. Like, oh, she loves Samp
You
like there's no tomorrow.
get samp and bullies in a
Guys,
can.
please send us your Michelle, Maxine. We want to see your offers today. We want to see what it is that you do. Tell us what you do, because you've been around so much, you've been shouted at so much that today's the day. Today is the day. Nyaki's like this. Nyaki's like this. Like, if you two, the two of you, there's a reel where somebody, this guy's got a towel. He's just like, just do the work. So today's the day. Michelle, Maxine, we want to see what you do. What do you do? Let us know what it is that you do. It's our favorite part of the conversation. Michelle's just like, oh my gosh. Come on. We are excited. We are excited. Tell us what your offer is. Come on, come on. We want to see. We want to see your offers. Come in the room. All right. So we want to see your offers. Here we don't ask you, hey, where are you joining us from? It's not going to matter to any of us. What's going to matter is who you are, what you do, and who you serve. Okay? Because the who that you serve could be in the room. Is that your husband?
Yes, he just walked in. Sorry.
The only person who makes you smile like that. The
Obviously,
only
who else
person.
should make me smile? Who else should make me smile, Kumalo? Who else should make me smile? You want to make me smile like that? No, it's just a surprise to see him, because he's usually a 7 o'clock walker in the door at like 7 o'clock at night. So when he comes home at 1, I'm just like, yo, I'm good with him.
No,
Oh, go on, you're on live. You're on
good.
live. You're on live. It's not just Kopano. He was gonna come off his noses because he thought it was just me and you. No. There's other people on the call, darling. Anyway, guys, that's not what we're here for. Kapano, we are soft launching. Talk to us about offers, right? So yesterday I was at a a presentation called Imbizo event. I don't know why I don't shoot content. I'm so bad. Like, I regret it every day. And the thing is, I was holding what's this? This is the mic.
The mic set.
I had it.
Guys,
Yeah, I had it in my hand in the morning, and I thought, no, man, this is so extra. Like, I'm just gonna be that person. And then I got there, and there was just like
extra.
I regret it so much, because I promise you, the presentation was so fire. Like, I was like this. If I was in the room and I was listening to someone talk like the way that I was doing, I was like, this is gold. Because part of what we were doing, so it was an event where it was like a small group of entrepreneurs, maybe 60, 70, maybe 80 entrepreneurs. It was like a sit-down event where they're all startups, and it's like an SME digital marketing thing. And so I was the opening masterclass, and the idea was that it was supposed to be a masterclass, right? So I'm like very bad at just presentation. It's joy. Like, I'm very bad at that, so I needed some interaction. And so the opener was Kopano's favorite question. This is like Kopano's favorite opener, guys. What is the one thing, and maybe you guys can answer the question, what is the one thing what is the one question that an entrepreneur needs to answer? The only question you have to answer as an entrepreneur. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to comment.
What is the most important?
What is the most important question as an entrepreneur that you need to answer?
For you.
Is it why? Nope. Someone did say that, and I was like, you guys are listening to people, but you're not listening to the right people. Keep going. What is your offering? Nope. We're like, you see, Michelle knows, because we're like, no, we're talking about offering. It has to be offering. What are you offering? No. So the one question.
It's not a riddle.
Hey?
It's not a riddle where the answer is in the question. It's not there.
No. It's not a riddle. It's not anything that you have learned before. Kopano, you know what I'm doing? I'm recording myself on a video so that we can do B-roll. So put your camera on there as well. So
I cannot memory. I can't.
You're a child.
My phone is suffering. My phone is suffering.
You're a child.
Guys,
I
this
don't know
life
how
is
to do
hard.
it. Okay. Anyway, so the one question that every entrepreneur needs to answer: what needs are being fulfilled? No, that is not the one
As
question. It
an
is a question. It's a
entrepreneur,
very
like,
important question. Why you're doing it is a very important. Who you're serving is really important. What your offer is really important. The value proposition, all of those are really, really important. The
your
purpose,
purpose.
really important. But the one question that you as an entrepreneur need to answer every single day of your life is what is the cheapest way I can acquire a new customer? That's it. Every single day, you are answering that question. What is the cheapest cost what is the cheapest amount of money it's going to cost me to acquire a customer? Because everything that you do out of that is going to assess whether or not you have a sustainable business or not. And what I loved about the premise of that, it's like, it makes sense when you say it, right? It's just like, yeah, of course, that's what I need to be doing. Because if you know, and we give like customer like the metrics that you need at the end, but if you know what your cost is to acquire a customer, then when you're funding, when you're budgeting, when you're planning, you know, and you can forecast anything, right? You can literally go to a bank and say, or a funder and say, listen, funder, Tia, SMME fund, whatever, it costs me 1,000 rand to acquire a customer. I need 10,000 rand. 10,000 rand is going to acquire me 10 customers. Simple, right?
We're
And the
going to be
problem is,
X.
say again, and that's going to generate an X amount of money, because I know the customer value of my customer value, and not even the lifetime. Well, lifetime value is an important one, but like I know the customer value is X amount of money. So if it's going to cost me 1,000 rand to acquire a customer, and I know the value of my customer is 5,000 rand, then that is a 5x return. Very few funders are going to say no when you know those numbers, right? And it's not knowing them like in a hypothetical, theoretical, oh, I wish this was the actual tangible events, to say, when we run marketing campaigns, when I've run whatever kinds of things, it costs me this amount of money to acquire a customer. And it doesn't have to be all digital. Which is where a lot of the people on the in the training yesterday were like, well, we don't run digital businesses and we don't have that information, right? So it's to say, like, even if, for example, you go to a conference, and at that conference, you have to pay the conferencing fees, which is like what, maybe 2,000 rand a table. Then you have to pay for a banner, right, which is 800 rand, so that's 2.8. Then you have to pay 200 rand for your petrol to get there, that's 200 rand, that's 3,000 rand. And then you have to pay your intern or the lady that's going to work for you on the day, maybe that's 500 rand, so that's 3.5, right? And then you pay yourself as well for that hour, so it's 1,000 rand, so you're on 4.5. So effectively, your cost to be at that event is going to cost you, say, 5,000 rand, right? If you get 3 customers, okay, I'm not going to use 3. If you get 5 customers out of that, right, you spend 5,000 rand and you get 5 customers out of that, your cost per acquisition for one customer is 1,000 rand, which means if you can do that event again and keep the same cost, and do it again and keep the same cost, you've basically established that your customer acquisition cost is 1,000 rand. Perfect. How many events will you do? Hundreds, right? If that customer acquisition cost is a profitable number. Because if your customer acquisition cost is 1,000 rand, you spend 5,000 rand at an event, you've only sold 5 products, but your products are 500 rand each, which means you've only made 2,500 rand, which means your customer acquisition cost is minus 500 rand or whatever, which means it's not a profitable exercise to use for you. So why would you then go to more events? And you're just like, people are like, no, because of branding, because of marketing, because of exposure. But bottom line is that it's not bringing in money. So like, the premise of what you're doing needs to be underweighed by what is your CPA? What is your customer acquisition cost? What is your CAC? So customer acquisition cost, and then your CPA, which is your customer. Why do I not? Why the CPA just left my brain? Okay, but
per acquisition.
Cost per acquisition. There we go. So your cost, so CAC and CPA, your cost per acquisition talks about per marketing channel. So per thing that you do. So per event, this is how much it cost me. And then overall, like throughout my business, how much does it cost me? And sometimes, a lot of the time, is that your CAC, your customer acquisition cost, is more than what your product costs, which means you're actually running at a loss to acquire customers. But if, this is the other thing that I was talking about, but if the lifetime value of your customers outweighs that cost, then it's fine. So I'll give you a real example, right? So if, for example, we run a membership, right? Our membership costs 349 Rand per month. Our customer acquisition cost, right? It costs us 500 Rand to acquire a customer to get into membership. When a person comes into membership, we've spent 500 Rand to get them into membership. They're only paying us 349 Rand, but they're going to pay us 349 Rand for the first month. They're going to pay us 349 Rand for the second month. They're going to pay us 349 Rand for the third month. So effectively, our customer lifetime value, and if that person stays on for a year, it may have taken us 500 Rand to get them in the door, but they would have paid, if for a year, let's say 10 months, 3,490 Rand at that 300. So then it becomes a profitable exercise. So then we know as business owners what we are trying to do. Firstly, we're trying to make sure that we're keeping our CAC as low as possible. So we're trying to keep our customer acquisition cost as low as possible. So that 500 doesn't creep up to 600, 700, 800, right? But on the back end, we're also making sure that our churn, which is the way how people unsubscribe, is low. Because what we don't want is we don't want someone to come into membership. We spend 500 Rand on them getting them into membership, and then they only stay for 2 months or they only stay for 1 month, because then we've lost money. Does that make sense? So whatever you're selling as a business, it's like you must understand what your numbers are, and those are the important numbers. And I'll put it in the community actually, what your metrics, the metrics that you need to know are. And part of it is how much does it cost you to acquire a customer? Because then everything that you do, will, whatever your offer, you will change your offer, right? You will change your marketing strategy. You'll change your platform, right? If it's expensive to acquire customers on LinkedIn, then you mustn't be on LinkedIn, right? If it's cheap to be on TikTok, then you will be on TikTok. So the cost as a business owner is the big KPI that you're trying to pen out. Whether or not you're going to run Facebook ads is very dependent on the CAC. Whether or not you're going to be doing events, live events, branding events, photo shoots, all of that stuff is to say, ultimately, is this feeding the customer acquisition cost, and what is the impact of that? So everything that we do needs to go into that number. And it's very difficult if you don't track your data and you don't track your numbers, which is why systems are really, really important. Because if you can't go back to your data and make empirical decisions based on empirical data, then it's just a feeling. It's just a vibe, right? Oh, the conference was really fun. I got to speak to people and they're going to get to know me and it's great. And all of those things are amazing. We love all of those things. However, if you are in the business of making money, we need to be making decisions based on data and not on feelings. That was basically the summary of my talk yesterday.
I think it is a good talk. We can actually continue with it because, when think about it this way: in the morning you wake up, you can be that entrepreneur who wakes up and goes, "I'm gonna die broke," because you have absolutely no idea.
Are you recording this one?
Oh, Nyaki, I cannot storage space, man. Hey, so you can be Nyaki. I'm working on it right now. I'm busy. I love you. Okay, bye. So when you wake up as an entrepreneur, you can wake up in the morning and be like, I'm that broke, because you have absolutely no idea what you're going to do to get a customer today, right? So as you are busy with your business and in your life, the reason why that question is your number one question is because you can wake up in the morning and say, okay, this is what I need to do to get a customer. All right. So if it is that I need to send an email, I need to send 5 emails, it's going to cost you time and internet to get you the customers, because it cost me 5 emails. So when I first ran like a social media marketing business, I knew I had to send 5 emails a day. I had to go online, I had to search for certain specific types of companies, I'd research a category of companies, and then I'd send them emails. That's why at the beginning of my business, all my clients were natural hair brands, because I researched the category and my marketing worked so well that I was too busy to do any other category. That's literally what happened. That's the name of the game. I said, I'm going to do hair care brands. And I looked for medium to small size businesses, sent them emails, and I got enough customers that I had to stop marketing because it just worked really well. Right. But if you know, when I wake up, I just need 5 emails a day, because out of those 5 emails, one person's going to respond. My acquisition strategy at the time was I did a mini assessment. Said, hey, I looked at your social media, this is what I saw, and that you actually have the opportunity to do this if you had somebody come and do it for you. So can I set up a meeting with you so I can explain what I see as you missing things, and I can tell you what's currently happening as a marketing trend in your industry, and then you guys can decide what you want to do for them. 1 out of the 5 would email back and say, hey, I'd like to actually see where we're missing. I didn't sell them anything yet. It's like, hey, I'd like to see what we're missing. Went in, told them, and ended up getting clients from there. So it cost me an email and it cost me a drive to an office, because at the time, video calls weren't as popular, because we used to work in the 1990s, okay? Back then. Back then, Google Meet and Zoom were not really a thing. It was Skype even at the time. It was Skype. Skype was the thing back then that actually used to work. So I see little hands. We're still busy, Mama. Can we please? So that is the cost of getting per customer. But that amount of time that I took to do the presentation, the time that I took to do the email, the time that I took to go to the office and do the presentation, let's just say it's time and money, my petrol cost, all of that, right? That is how much, that's your cost per acquisition for every client. Was it worth the fact that every month they were going to pay me anything between 4 and 8,000 rand a month on retainer? Yes. If I was charging 2,000 rand, no, it would not be worth all the time I took to research the industry, all the time that I did to analyze their social media, all the time that I did to do the presentation, only for me not to get the client. Not worth it. So
Mommy,
that's
is
what we
this
mean by the
yours?
cost of acquisition, right?
Mommy, is this yours?
Nyaki, can you handle this for 2 seconds?
Sure. Yeah, so basically what she's getting at is understanding those numbers and determining whether or not it's worth it, right? Because sometimes what you have to do, yes, as a business owner, sometimes as a business owner you do have to take knocks, right? Especially in the beginning when you're starting out. But understanding that if it does work out, right, if the best case scenario is that we land this client, then it will be worth it. But some of us run and then we nurture a client manually, right? We go and we drive, and Kopano's driving back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and spending 4,000 rand on petrol, and then they're only going to invoice the person 3,000 rand at the end of the month if that person signs on, which is not profitable. And so you almost want to like have a break point to say, like, you know what, no ways, this person, like, I'm going to keep nurturing them, but in a low cost way, which is why email systems, email marketing, and SMS and those kind of automations help, because where some clients may need you to get on calls with them and like visit them and stuff, that stuff costs you more time, like time and money, right? Because if I'm on a Zoom call with you for an hour, that's an hour that I'm taking out of my business, and an hour that that's opportunity cost, right? It's an hour that I'm taking out of my business, but it's also an opportunity, an hour that I don't have to be selling someone else. So if a customer, and this is why we refuse to take agency calls like that are longer than an hour for more times than an hour. If a person is just like, yeah, no, I really like what you have, after we've spoken for like 20-30 minutes, can we have another call? Respectfully, right now, we don't have the capacity to take another call with you, but we're happy to send a proposal for you that you can have a look through and read it. Because what happens, people just want to chat, right?
Yep.
Let me know in the chat below if you're just like, you know what, there are people who are just like, they'll come in for a consultation,
I just want to pick
consultations
your brain.
later, and you're just like, oh, wait, are you not buying? Like,
I
how
want to
many
pick
more
your
consultations do you need?
guys. Can I please give you an insight?
Samples, or like,
I want to give you guys an exercise and I want everybody to do it, especially if you're in a service business. Can everybody who's got a service business put your hand up or say me? I just want to see service business, coach, consultant. If you do hair, if you do makeup, it's a service. You have to do the thing for the thing to get done. Okay, I want to see. So years ago, I calculated the value of my time. And that is what I based how much I can spend on acquiring a customer. It's very hard to do that if you're a service business because you're just like, but I spend time to get a customer. Now, let me tell you, it's only two people in the room that do service based businesses.
Oh, yeah.
Only two. This is your chance. Is your chance now. I've given
You
away
go.
my value because of being a listener.
Michelle
Michelle,
knows. Michelle
yes,
knows. It's
you
sample after
know.
sample.
Hey, you can't listen for too long. You must listen with intent. There's a place that we want this to go to, right? Okay, I'll tell you. So somebody helped me understand the value of my time years ago, and it helped me realize how long I can take on a meeting. Because I knew if I was going to go to a meeting with a client to acquire a client, that this client has a potential to pay me 5,000 Rand, or this client has a potential to pay me 10,000 Rand. Okay, I knew this is a 10,000 Rand potential client, or this is only a 3,000 Rand potential client. Therefore, I can only give them 10 to 15 minutes of my time max. Okay, so what it was it's a very simple one, but how much do you actually want to earn in your business today? Right? So how much I want to earn in my business per month, let's just say, is a 50,000 per month. Okay. Then how many hours do you want to work per month? Hours. So if you are only going to work 4 hours a day for 4 days a week, 25 hours. I don't want to work Fridays, so that's 20 hours per month. Seeing clients, actually seeing clients. And you must remember that if I'm going to have 4 appointments, 1 appointment per hour, each appointment has prep and post work to do. So at the time I was a coach, right? I used to have only one-on-one clients, and then every single person that I coached per hour, I sent a report afterwards, summarizing what we did. And there was no chat GPT. Summarize everything that we did, and then notes about what we're going to do moving forward. That's why I also used to take a lot of notes, because I have to write and be like, okay, cool, this is what we're going to do moving forward. And it worked like gangbusters. It worked so well. That's how you end up being a really, really good coach also, is if you give people action points so that the next time you meet, they actually have done the things, and that you can have meaningful progress with every single time that you're coaching people. So I only want to work 20 hours a week, right? Seeing clients. And then it's going to take me another 4 hours to do the pre and post. And then I'm going to do that for 4 weeks at a time. So let's just calculate that. 4 times 2 times 4, right? So 8 hours a day times 4. 8 times 4, 32 hours. So 50,000 Rand divided by 32 hours would give me 1,565 Rand. That was my value per hour, which meant that for the 4 hours I am working, I need to charge somebody 1,562 Rand per hour for me to have the amount of money I want at the end of the month. So when I was trying to get a client, I'd never work more than an hour if they were going to pay me anything less than about 2,000 Rand. Like, if you're going to pay me anything less than that, we're not going to talk. I'm not going to spend, even if it takes me 15 minutes a day for 5 days to nurture you into being my client, I'm not going to do it if I don't know that I'm going to get the money that I want from you. So back then, my value was 3,500 Rand per hour for my clients. And if I knew these are my one-on-one clients, if I knew that this person's not going to get there, and all the time I have to be on a phone call, and I have to WhatsApp you, and then like, hey, can you just please send me a proposal? Is it going to take me more than an hour to put that proposal together? All of those things. If this client's not going to be giving me that amount of money, then I'm not going to get the money that I want from working, and I'm not going to get the lifestyle that I want either. Right? So that is the value of your money. That's the value of your time. Therefore, never spend more than that time-wise in acquiring a client. So if you take time to acquire a client, look at the value of your time, and then you take that away. Remember that you still have costs. I still have petrol. I still have internet costs. I still have my laptop cost. I'm taking all of those things into consideration. After all of those costs, I want to end up at the end of the month with 50,000 rand. So that's why my cost per acquisition for my clients was about 2,000 rand when I put all my costs together. Because internet was expensive back then, guys, for all day. But that's literally how you know. So if you're running ads and you know that my ads and my business costs are X, this is how much I can spend on acquiring my customer, versus if it costs me time, this is how much my time costs, that's how much I can spend per customer acquiring them. Right now, our cost for getting a retainer client on our end is about 3,000, somewhere there. So we can only spend about 2 hours, I mean 20 minutes, sorry, on a client. 20 minutes to an hour max, depending on what type of client it is. If we can see 15 minutes into the meeting that this person is a retainer client who's probably going to keep us on retainer for about a year, we can give them an hour. If we don't see that, we cut it off very quickly. Does it make sense, guys?
It does. And I also wanted to say, like, this also speaks to, like, obviously you're talking to people who have like high ticket offers, right? So if you're saying that your hour is like 3,000 Rand or whatever, but some people, if like, for example, you're a braider, right? And you only like you braiding someone's hair, and like you can't charge 3,000 Rand to braid a person's hair in an hour. But that simply means then that the nurture and the customer acquisition, the amount of time that you spend acquiring a customer, or the amount of money that you spend acquiring a customer, then needs to reduce, right? Because that's where you need to build the scale. Because if you're braiding, for example, your braiding hour is only 800 Rand, no one is going to pay you 1,000 Rand or 3,000 Rand to braid your hair. Like, it's not, we can't make that. It's not how it works, right? So if you know, okay, I'm going to do straight back, it's going to be 45 minutes, or maybe, okay, do a full set of braids, it's going to be 2 hours, therefore I'm going to charge 2,000 Rand. That means then your systems have to be so robust that your cost, your CAC, your customer acquisition cost, is so low. Like, your customer acquisition cost as a braider is like 10 Rand, like 100 Rand, that's it. Like, you can't spend more than 100 Rand trying to get a
That's it.
customer if you're a braider. If you're doing nails, right? Nails worse, because nails are what, 300-400 Rand or 250 Rand. For nails, your customer acquisition cost must be like 5 Rand, right? So the CAC is very proportional to the service that you're offering and the amount of time that you're able to, or the amount of money that you're able to recoup. It's not like a standard thing to be able to say, like, well, Kapano charges 3,000 Rand, so therefore, or, Kapano, whatever. So, like, we don't want to like make it like this big thing, like everybody's going to be, there are people you can make, if you're a nail technician, and you know that in a day you can make like 2,000 Rand because you have, what, 6 clients, right? I don't know how much that is, but then that you're working an hour, or 45 minutes, 45 minutes, 45 minutes, 45 minutes, and then you're charging that 250 or whatever, that 350. Your customer acquisition can't be 100 Rand. You can't be spending 100 Rand to acquire a customer when you're making 250 Rand on that customer. So I think, like, it's important to take that into consideration as well, to say, like, if you're doing massage therapy, if you're doing anything that, is kind of time bound, but also cost time bound, because they're paying you for the hour. You need to get the hour's worth
Yep.
out of it anyway.
And what happens a lot of the times with people who do time-based things is, you think that things such as driving don't take time. You think things such as content don't take time. So a lot of the times what happens with coaches is like, no, I want to see 20 people a month. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let's do the numbers of 20. What does it take for you to have 20 people? 20 people is about what? Four people a month, four people a week or something like that, right? Um, for a week. Those 4 people that you're seeing per week, how much time do you need per person to do that work? How much time does it take to acquire that person? So if you're going to be doing top of funnel content, you're doing emails, you're going to be doing your presentations for these people, how much time does it cost? And then remember, it compounds. So yes, you want to get 4 new people per week, but you've got the 4 from last week. At what time are you going to service those people? So you don't have the 4 hours. You only have one. That's what people don't account for, is the growth of your business as well. So, and what happens, we've seen this also with people who do services like hair, nails, makeup. is you guys are so bad at retaining customers to make them come back again because you're all about getting new customers. That is part of the time that you're spending. That is part of the time you're spending. And what I love about knowing the value of your time is you will know that this that I'm doing right now, I could be here or I could be making 3,500 rand this hour. And it's the same as, should I be spending time, a lot of time, going to go furniture shopping? Is this couch that I'm going to go buy from my office going to make me 3,500 rand? Is it? Is this logo that I'm taking 20 hours to make going to make me 3,500 rand? Is it? Is this website that I'm spending time trying to create going to make me 3,005? Or is this Instagram post going to get me 3,005? Could. I know that even for our client, it's at least one email, one sale. If it takes me an hour to take time to finesse the email, is it worth it? Yes, because I know one email, one sale, right? And that's how, if you know the value of your time and you look at what you're doing and you say, I'm going to spend an hour doing this thing, is it going to result in cash? Yes. Then do it. Invest the time, but it also puts a limit on your time. It also puts a limit on your time to say that, nope, I can't spend more time than this on this thing because it's not going to result in what I want. And as entrepreneurs, guys, as small business owners, as SMM is, okay, we need to be more shrewd with our time. We act like millionaires with our time. You being on Lunch and Learn, is it going to make you more money? I can guarantee you that yes. If you implement what you get here today, it will. If you now, from now on, you now know how much your time costs. If for those who are here in the room and you've calculated your time value cost, what is it? I'd love to know. What is yours? Nyaki and I won't share it because I think our numbers are rude. Based on how much time we want to spend working. What's your cost?
Phew, we're not there. We're still building. Okay, we're still building, guys. We're still building. We're still building. We're still little
Right.
babies in this business thing.
And we know, like, for example, like the snowball effect of things, right? There's a reason why there are people who will spend 4 days working, one day only content creation. The whole 9 to 5, all they do is create content because they know every time I post, I'm going to get X amount of money. If my content stays good, I'm going to get this amount. And it's because it builds credibility, gets people, it creates traffic, it does all these things. Is it worth it to go to a podcast? Yes, because when I go to podcast, we get about 3 extra clients. That's a good amount of money. Does it take me half of my day to go to a podcast? Yes. Is it worth it? Yes, because it gets me clients, right? Do you know how to leverage that thing? Yes, it's going to get me clients. But if you don't have that time value in your mind and you think about yourself based on that time value in your mind, you're going to treat yourself very cheaply. Like when you wake up in the morning, you're just like, per hour. That means you're going to wake up and wash instead of trying to bath during work hours because that bath is going to cost you 3,500 rand. Is it not the truth, Nyaki?
No comment.
Yes.
No commento. Okay, last 5 minutes. Lunch and learn. Kapanda, what are your take homes?
My take home, Nyaki, is that how we should be spending our time and the things we should be doing. Yeah, more top of funnel content. It just results in more top of funnel content because at this point we know how to acquire customers and the amount of time that we have taken on something that we first researched. So Nyaki and I a month ago decided to delay launching something because we wanted to first make sure that our acquisition strategy worked. And then guess what? We figured it out. Had we launched before figuring it out, it would have been a very expensive exercise. Stop launching new products when you don't know how to acquire customers. Stop creating new products if you don't know how to acquire customers. If you don't know how to get new customers, stop perfecting, stop getting new people, stop it. The only thing you should focus on when you wake up in the middle of the morning, when you wake up in the morning, is how do I acquire customers? That's it. It's the most important thing in your book. Once you answer that, then every day you wake up and that's all you do. Stop looking for things that are not going to result in customers. Stop doing things that are not going to result in customers. It's just going to make you broke. That's why I say a lot of small business owners act like millionaires, because the way you spend your time, it's as if you're running a huge conglomerate. People with big businesses can worry about things like logos, colors, fonts, furniture. They can worry about those things. Unfortunately, us guys, we can't. There are people who want to braid hair for a living, and there are people who braid hair on a green chair in the middle of Bree Street making more money than you right now because they've got more customers. It's the truth. Where do
That.
I find
Kitty
the
says
training on funnel building?
the funnel building skill. Couldn't be happier with the funnel building skill. And then she says, you need to sign up for fast track. Yeah. So we in fast track, in the fast track program, it's more it's our mastermind intensive. Kitty will know, you just cry in that whole the whole 8 weeks, you're just crying. Just tears. You guys think get it done is hard. You'll try fast track. Fast track is hard. Kitty will, yeah, Kitty, just tell them there how Nyaki tears you to shreds.
I used to cry
Very
out of
gentle in
everybody.
get it done. We're very gentle. We'll just be like, oh no, guys, try again. This doesn't seem right. I don't know about this. Fast track. You paid me, eh? You paid me, and the problem with fast track, we get on calls with each other. You will cry for days, Kitty says. Kitty says you cry for days, but you feel better at the end of it, right? You feel more enlightened. It's like, when you are,
Can Kitty
when
please show
you
us her
read
thing?
something,
Please send us your link. Send us your link.
yeah.
But only if you remove those fingers.
She has. I think she has. Unless she's ignoring them. She's ignoring us on that. So fast track, we aren't going to we're delaying the enrollment just a little bit for fast track. We do want to focus on the community. We want to focus on get it done. We want to get you guys at least the initial steps, because I think fast track is very intense. It's like, it is amazing. It is one of the best programs that we have to offer. But we do need a decent size to get that. And we haven't been focusing on that because we've been focusing on our system, on guts, building our system. And right now we just don't have the capacity, because we do one-on-one coaching and we do group coaching on Saturday mornings. And I want to sleep in on Saturdays, guys. I'm like so tired. I say this, but literally, yes, last week Saturday I was awake at 7 o'clock. So I don't even know why I'm asking for this. But
No, what's worse, guys, Nyaki does not wake up before 8:30. Nyaki sends me messages at 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm up at 5. That's normal. But when Nyaki's up at 5, you know that something's crazy. So guys, this is Kitty's landing page. We absolutely love it. She did this herself. We didn't touch it. She did this herself. And it's absolutely amazing. She still has the fingers. I'm gonna scroll very past the fingers. There we go.
they all
So she
noted
did
the
this.
fingers, but I want to see Kitty's ads, because I'm actually seeing your competitors, Kitty, on the internet. I'm seeing people. Are your kids struggling with maths and science on the internet? I'm
And
seeing
I'm just
them.
like,
So it's
where's
ripe, because it's
Kitty?
ripe now, because it's exam time, right? Isn't it exam time or
Yep.
something now, or whatever's happening? I don't know what's happening with the school curriculum, but make this is a timeless offer, hey, because this is like pressing. But anyway, that's not what we're doing here. That was my take home, guys. So we will enroll. I think will we do one more enrollment and do fast track?
Late in the year, hey? Late in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
year, we
later,
really,
like
really
August,
on the
September,
community and the
October, maybe
agency.
October time. We'll do an October, November. Yeah, maybe October, because then we'll do it during October and then November, because it's also nice and warm to wake up. Because it's hard to wake up in the winter. You.
It is
Yeah, so maybe
hard.
October, November. But hey, Kapano,
Look at that. Well done, Kitty. Looks
love it.
so amazing. Love it. Love, love, love. And you know the thing is about I mean, we're bragging about fast track right now, but the thing about fast track is you get to actually choose the best way to acquire customers for you. And this is what she has done. So we're so excited. My get it done is still locked, still waiting for admin to come back to me about that, unless there is something I'm missing. Bobs, you should be
I'll
in
check
fast
up
track.
on
Please use
your.
but you should, is it locked on your desktop or on your phone? You should have an
It
email
will
that
be
should
locked.
let.
If it's locked, it's locked everywhere.
Yeah. Cool. So
Barbara,
we will.
just email me, please. You know what could happen is, so what's going to happen also, we're going to be so strict now, guys, with before we were just like so chill. Like if you don't pay your membership, it's okay. We'll see you on the other side. I think it might be a payment issue. If it's not, I will sort it out for you quick fast. It's just a button that I must press. But I will have a look at that, Barb's.
Yeah,
But
but
yeah,
guys,
okay.
is get into get it done, get into membership right now, because the thing about being part of a member, so if you don't know what Out Club Shares membership is all about, it's a community. We're on your
Community.
case. It were on your case. You when you join the community, you get to meet Mama Action, who is this person, right? And Coach Fire under your bum, which is this person. And what we are doing is we are in your inbox, we are in your WhatsApp messages, we are on your phone, we are on your computer screen. And the reason why we are doing that is because we want you to take action on building your business. So everything that we've spoken about today, we all go home and then we don't know what's going to happen with you afterwards. But when you're in the part of the community, we are
The
on your case.
community.
Follow up on you.
That's how they
We
say it
are
in
here.
churches. The community.
What did you do? When did you do it? How did it look? And then we comment back and say, change that. That's great. Keep that. Keep doing that one. This week everybody was very scared because we told them go post. So for example, like today, after a lesson like today, we will tell you, okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna go on Facebook, you're gonna type this, and press publish, right? And that's exactly what happens in Get It Done, is that it is highly actionable and the actions build on top of each other and everything points towards what? Getting new customers. So acquisition, action, mama, action on your case, right? And on everybody's case, we are then working together to make sure that you are growing your business and getting the income that you want. So talking about the value of your time and your money, when you have very few customers, when you're currently having very few customers, the value of your time is low. So that's when you join a membership and you get to get more customers so you can increase the value of your time. When you have a lot of customers, the value of your time becomes more expensive. So you shouldn't be doing something that is self-paced. You should be in an agency or you should be in fast track, right? What we calculated now is what you wish for the value of your time is, but what is the actual value of your time? The actual value of your time is how much am I making versus how many hours am I working? Some of us are making 10,000 Rand for working, 8 hours a week for 4.5 weeks. And the value of our time is very small. And if you want to increase that, join the membership. Kitty's just like, I'm joining membership. I can't fight it anymore. Uh,
Do it.
don't
Do
fight
it.
the
Do
fear.
it. Barb's, I'm gonna sort out your thing. I'm gonna send you a link. You're gonna have to re opt in because your last payment. It's not us anymore.
Michelle,
Now it's not us.
if you've posted your offer in the membership, I'm actually going onto the membership right now. For those who don't know, um, those only members know this. For now. It's just loading on my phone. My phone's taking forever because I don't have memory. Hold on. Almost there. It's not out. There we go. Boom. So if you've got it, the girls are get paid, guys. I mean, it's that simple. It's that simple. The girls who get paid. So if you've got your offer app, I'm actually going through all the offers today because I'm going to take the kids to the playground, and while I'm there, I'm going to comment on everybody's offer. Once you've gotten your green tick, keep going, unless we ask you try again.
There are a few
Right?
try.
There are a few try agains.
There are a
There
few
are a
tries
few.
again. Oh yeah, guys, I will say, like, can I please just say this? I'm actually gonna record this. Please, I beg you, please respect me and don't give me ChatGPT work. Like, just respect me enough to not give me your ChatGPT homework. I'm not reading ChatGPT content. Like, I refuse. I know what ChatGPT sounds like. I've been using ChatGPT for too long.
And
I'm not new to
for
AI,
2 hours.
guys. I was researching AI in 2019. I literally have a podcast in 2019 talking about AI. Like, I'm deep in this thing. Please don't give me your ChatGPT work. Like, yo, no ways. I refuse. Someone posted like this long thing, and I was just like, I
I
beg.
saw it. I'm seeing it right now.
I beg, please respect me enough to respect. Also respect your customers because
Oh,
that
Michelle, on
emoji
your
was.
socials every day, Michelle.
Well,
Do
we
you
said at least three times. You have to
like
do at least three.
do you have enough customers? Even if it's like, don't do it just to do the homework.
Mm.
Do it. No, find different ways to say it,
Different ways to
right?
say the same thing.
Different ways to say the same thing, right? And that's the thing. That's why we've given you different ways to put up your offer in
Mm.
rotation. Do it in rotation. Just keep going in rotation until you are fully booked, sold out every day in rotation. Where do we get the chat GPT prompt for this week's homework? It should be in the course. It should be actually going live right now. If you don't have it, before end of day, you'll have it, and then you'll get your email also. Please send out the recording, the costing, and the pricing is very key. We love it.
So I think going forward, Lunch and Learn replays are also going to sit inside of the community. We're going to move everything into the community, guys. It's going to be chaotic for a few days, but we told you we don't know where the teaspoons are right now. We don't know where the dishcloths are. We're using tablecloths as curtains, but there's going to come a time. There's going to come a time where everything is going to work as smoothly as we want to, but we build as we go, and we want to give you
We're
guys
going to have our house is going to be fully, ceiling to floor marble.
at some point. But right now, we're still
Ceiling to
doing.
floor
We
marble.
still have dishcloths. We still have dishcloths
Crystal
covering the
chandeliers.
um,
Crystal chandeliers. The day when you see that, the day when you see us with new braids and Nyaki's retied her locks, just know that things are great. So until then, guys, thank you so much for joining us for Lunch and Learning. We hope that you took the lessons for today, value your time, and learn how to get customers. Please, 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 please wake up in the morning and the first thing is, how much does my customer cost?
customer,
If you
cheapest
don't
customer.
know how much your customer costs, find out. All right,
Cool.
Nyaki, how much does our customer cost?
Yo, I lot. It's a lot now. I don't know right now, but we'll see.
We can say for a client because it was like yesterday. It was like between 10 and 19 range.
When?
Yesterday.
No, that's a lead. Cost per lead.
Yeah,
17 rand, 10 rand.
yeah,
Cost per lead,
17 rand.
10 rand.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, guys.
But anyway, goodbye, guys.